Welcome everyone, welcome to another preview. This is MetalCanyon, and we'll be previewing a game by Games called Overfall, a roguelike turn-based RPG. There's a lot of roguelikes out these days, which is quite interesting. Anyway, I kind of like roguelikes, I very much like RPGs, I love turn-based, so this should probably be pretty good. Right? Right? Well, let's find out. Regretfully, I'm going to click New Game and, lose my progress. So, at first, we create our two heroes. Now, when you'll be playing the game for the first time... Actually, you know what? I do apologize, but we'll be putting the music down a little bit. Music is very cool, but obviously we want to hear what I'm babbling about. So anyway, new game. The story goes that the king, the ever-king of the humans, has finally managed to defeat the orcish armies. And, he has foreseen a much greater threat in the future, while everyone celebrates, and has sent our two heroes over here through a mysterious portal into a completely different realm where these horrible barbarians, the Vorn, reside. So, they're going through the portal into this realm of theirs to find a rather strange artifact that the Ever-King wants for, well, hopefully defeating the Vorn. Unfortunately, when we come back, well, we will find out that the world has actually, it's been a few centuries, even though we were within this realm only a few days. So anyway, at the beginning we'll be creating our characters. Now, when you first play the game, you will only have, no options pretty much, because you have to discover new classes and new skills while you play the game. So right now I have played the game and what the hell? I only have these? Fighter, Warlord. That's interesting. I thought I've unlocked more. I've definitely unlocked... Oh, they're not here. Ah, see, you can only start with these classes, but a lot of the other classes are only recruitable. That's interesting. Okay, fair enough. So anyway, we'll start with a fighter and a cleric because that's a pretty good combination. Fighter deals out the damage, cleric heals as much as possible. And we've also got all these skills that I have not. Lightbearer, what does that do? Lightbearer. Oh, that's the weapon. Harvester of Sorrows. That's completely different. 3 damage, 4 damage, 3 damage. That's quite cool. I'm gonna have the Lightbearer because I want to heal more than just normal. Oh, nice. Dispel. There we go. Anyway, so without me starting, to babble too much, let's play on normal. Let's enter the portal. So you create your two characters, and then it's pretty much an RPG from there on. You don't exactly have an inventory, but, you have conversations, you have turn-based battles, and so on and so forth. The game is currently in early access, as you can see. So, we have narration over here, up here. You have made it through the portal and back into your homeworld. Remember, it's only been a few days for us. I can't believe my eyes, you're them! 3 centuries have passed since you entered that portal, and now you're back. So then we have different options to reply with. Now, some of the characters will have yellow chat bubbles, which will mean that that's, a reply based on their specific personality or skills. So we've been here before, we know it all, or 3 centuries have passed? How? Who are you? So as you can see, we can also click we've been here before, we know it all, which basically skips the tutorial stuff. But no, we'll see 3 centuries have passed? How? With his eyes opened wide, the old man explains as much as he can. Gods know, for generations my family waited for your arrival right at this spot, and I am the lucky one to fulfill our family prophecy now. So we can say, why have you been waiting for us? Or, I think there has been an anomaly in time when we entered the portal. You have the wisdom to understand the difference, but not many could foresee that this would happen, except for one wizard. Why have you been waiting for us? A mighty wizard, Ezeel, gave this quest to my great-grandfather for the day you will return. The world isn't the same since you left. The Everking has gone missing. The almighty Everking has gone missing? And so on and so forth. We're not going to be reading all of this, but basically, this introduces you to the whole story. And off you go. This is the island with the portal. Now, most of the traveling will be done via our ship over here. Over here are our two characters with their health. If they are wounded, we can also spend food to eat. Now, up here we have a few things. Our inventory, pretty much, which is the currency of dis, frags, which can be used to upgrade, enhance weapons, parts, weapon parts and bazaars, or of course buy food, dust, and so on and so forth. This is dust, which is a magical ingredient with addictive qualities, which can also be spent on guild ships to upgrade utility skills. Also, for some reason, it can be used to speed up the ship if you want to get away from someone, or if you want to catch someone. Now, the runes are very important because they can be used for resurrection, protection, and to hire companions. And then we have food, which is the source of life. This is your only way of healing out of combat, pretty much, unless, of course, there are some possible... Ooh, there's been a fight there. There are some possible, you know, maybe quests where you can get healed. And then we have the reputation bars. As you can see, there's quite a few factions. We have the dwarves, elves, orcs, goblins, hollows, and forsaken. Now, what they all are, you will have to find out for yourself. On the bottom, however, there's pretty much a timer. Mysterious invaders started pouring from the portal, and their objective is to build a shipyard. Now, what this means is, when we were leaving with the artifacts in hand, the Vorn have been after us. They've been, you know, chasing us, and now they're pouring out through the portal and building a shipyard with which they will be able to build ships. So this is pretty much your timer until the end of game. If you can't finish the game before that, you are doomed forever. So anyway, we have... as you can see, time slows down quite considerably when you're not moving, but it still, you know, goes on. However, when I press and click and hold my mouse button, we, you know, float in that direction. Now, there's also other ships around with their own missions. There's a boat which is searching for customers. I guess they're selling food. There's an adventure ship on an epic quest. There's already a Vorn ship, bloody hell. And they're going to plunder an island. I wouldn't want to meet these guys just yet. Now, there's some hollow ship, forsaken ships. This one is sailing to perform maintenance, and so on and so forth. So, you know, life has a timeline of its own. Stuff goes on even without you, and you can interfere or not. Now, all the islands are pretty much quests. When you go to, I don't know, let's go to this island where we've got a Forsaken settlement. So we go there. Oh no, we actually boarded the Forsaken ship. Oh well. This ship is crewed by a group of Forsaken whose cloudy eyes and mellow tones seem to contain realms of mysteries. Speak, stranger. Now, we can ask directions to their homeland or attack and destroy the ship. Let's ask them for directions. To get their aid, one must befriend the Forsaken. Okay. Sail on. The Forsaken are not yet willing to give you that information. Now, the whole premise of the game is... Well, I mean, the whole idea of the game is to get friendly with as many factions as you can. So they will help you find where the Everking is, because he is the key, well, and that artifact you're carrying to defeating the Vorn. But of course, you know, getting reputation is not that easy because, well, the dwarves are in conflict with the goblins. So if you help the dwarves, it's very possible that the goblins will not like that. The elves are in conflict with the hollows, and so on and so forth. So everyone is fighting with, you know, someone else. So you will have to pick sides. You cannot help everyone and expect, you know, to be on good terms with everyone. So let's go to this Arctic island of the Forsaken. You arrive in a village where quite a commotion is taking place. A rather hideous old woman breaks free of their clutches and hand her over to you. Now, as I said, every island pretty much is a quest. A short quest like this where, you know, you can possibly solve something by persuasion alone. Sometimes you will have to fight, sometimes you will have some moral decisions, and so on and so forth. So they're saying, release the witch! Send the woman back to them, or ask the woman if she really is a witch. The woman denies being a witch and claims the villagers are about to burn an innocent woman. I'm not a witch, I'm just really ugly. Try to determine whether or not she is a witch. Decide she isn't a witch and protect her, or send her back. Let's try to determine that. How can you prove it? The villagers don't seem very willing to listen to reason. Why is it always ugly women who get accused of being witches anyway? Bully her into admitting she is a witch because, well, the warrior can bully people. There's nothing you can do to prove it either way. You'll have to make a decision. So, which will it be? Is she a witch? Well, she certainly dresses like a... Oh, she dropped the thing. But I don't... There is insufficient evidence to convict her. You declare the woman's innocence and proclaim her under your protection. The villagers protest, but as you're heavily armed and they're a bunch of peasants, they can't do much. Return to your ship and set sail. Now, of course, we get some kind of a reward, or not. The old woman asks you if you could drop her off at a nearby island. I can't imagine why, but I don't really feel welcome here anymore. Now we can leave her to her doom, or yes, let's accept her request. Who said kids today had no manners, eh? So now we have moving the witch quest added. So sometimes you would get quests, sometimes you will get rewards. Now over here on the map, we always have the portal and the distance in days, which there's the Vorn portal, and they're making another ship, I'm guessing. And of course, any quests that appear. Now we will move the witch to this island over here. And wow, this is fast. The Vorn have already destroyed the settlements on this island and settled it for themselves, so they are progressing rather quickly. So if you want to prevent some of that, you can destroy their ship, but it's not going to stop the whole thing. There we go. Yeah, the ship is being made. So let's move the witch over here. The old woman stretches her legs, glad to be free of your ship. She gives you some loose change by the way of thanks, so she gave us 2 frag, which is nice. What a lovely place. I'm sure I'll find many friends here. So yeah, you can see that she is a witch, I guess. Wait, what? But she is already gone. So we've made a mistake. She is a witch and she's going to find victims. Now, the islands you have already visited are indicated by this little buoy here. So we know that we've already been to these 2, and, you know, we can move to others where we can do some quests. Now let's go to this place. In a cave on this island, you see a caveman struggling to light a fire. He begs you for help. Me cold. Cold night mean cold caveman. You help, yes? Help make fire. We can attack the caveman, leave the pathetic creature to his cold and set sail, or go out and gather required materials, or make a fire for the caveman with your survival skills. Soon a little campfire is crackling away in the corner of the cave. The caveman thanks you. Me give you a little food. So he gave us 2 food. Which is actually pretty good, because food is very, very important to heal between battles. Teach the caveman to make fire. It takes some doing, but you manage to educate the caveman in the art of fire. He is ecstatic. Make fire, caveman warm one day. Teach fire, caveman one lifetime. Have more food. So he gave us an extra 2 food. Returned to your ship and set sail. Alright, so that's it. That's what you do in the game. You do quests. Now, of course, these ones didn't really have any reputation. What was that? Oh, the adventure ship. Didn't have any reputation changes, but a lot of them do. Ahoy, adventurers! You encounter a group of adventurers sailing the high seas. Any interesting events we can participate in? Heard any rumors of discord, or ask if they have some runes to share. Adventurers tell you that you have insufficient funds. Runes are not easy to come by. I can't sell you for any cheaper than 12 frags, lads. Sorry. Okay, that's fine. What about rumors? The sailors mark an island on your map. There's more than plenty, especially lately. So there you go, we've got an Aiding Humans quest added. Now, you can get quests like this as well, and it's going to tell you where to go. And that is exactly what we're gonna do now. Now this bar will soon progress, of course, and they will have built a shipyard. Which is weird how they can already have their ships running about. You come across a few Everguards while wandering on the island. I used to be an adventurer like you. Then? He replies back, then I got this high-paying job with lots of side benefits. We love high-paying jobs. Yeah, we do. Wait. Oh, we're just attacking them? Okay, well, time to show you. How are we aiding humans then? Well, it's time to show you the turn-based combat. This is how turn-based combat will look like. It's on a hex-based grid, and every character, of course, does stuff on their turn, because it's turn-based combat. Now, of course, due to initiative, you can see that Aurelian, our warrior, goes first, and then the two predators, and then Silana, our cleric, which actually has a hell of a lot of health, now that I've noticed. Now, every turn of each character is split into 3 phases. The movement phase, the utility phase, and the attacking phase. So, like in, I think that's very similar to how Warhammer does it. I'm not exactly sure, tabletop Warhammer. I don't think there's a utility phase there, though. I don't know. Either way, we've got 2 possible choices for movement. We can either just move, which obviously has no cooldown, or we can do a heroic leap, which leaps to the target hex, dealing 2 damage to the foes, of course, all around. But unfortunately, it's not, we can't move far enough. So if we move over there, we waste the heroic leap, and they will be able to attack. So I'm going to skip the movement phase altogether and wait for them to waste their turn getting to us, because I don't think they really do have any ranged attacks. They're very odd though, with these horns and such. So anyway, now we have utility, and I'm not going to be really doing... Although I could do Unbreakable. I mean, we don't have any debuffs, but we can use it to get Vigor. So this means that we cannot be affected by Bleeding, Trauma, Poison, Burning, Agony, Tormented, Bone Pour, and it stacks by round. So... And of course, we can't really attack, because we're not in range. Now, it's the turn of the 2 Predators. They might have some... Yeah, they have some debuffs. Now, the Bone Pour is not a good thing, because it deals 1 damage for each skill the unit uses. And that's not very nice. And Cripple decreases speed by 1. I think that actually, yeah, it decreases the movement range. So what we can do is do... Well, nothing here. I don't want to move. We're just going to remove 2 debuffs. What do you have? Speed. Okay, so we're going to remove the debuff on herself. There we go. Because that would keep dealing damage. And now what we can do is just attack them. However, this is out of range. Retribution will hit this guy, of course. We also have a Holy Nova, but that's adjacent tiles. Now, Retribution will deal 4 damage and apply Confusion. It's got a 75% chance to do so. So let's see. Bang. Nice. So he's confused, which means he completely skips the utility phase this time. And, of course, also dealt 4 damage. Now, we could move over here, but we were going to do a Heroic Leap. And damage both of them. Bang! Vampiric Insignia. I'm not sure what that was. I think the Trinket. Maybe he replenished some health, even though he was at full health. Now it's our utility phase, which we are probably going to use Earthcrack, which will apply Vulnerable to both of them, and remove 1 buff, but they don't have any buffs. Actually, no. I'm going to Incapacitate, which is a very good thing. It applies Disarm and Immobilize, which skips this phase, and I'm not sure which one. If we do it on this guy, he will not do anything, because he will skip all 3 phases, which is pretty awesome. So he's out of the game for now completely. Don't worry, it's not that easy to, stun lock enemies at all. In fact, you can't. Now we're just going to chop the other guy, because it deals 4 damage. Actually, this guy, because he's more damage. And there's a 50% chance we'll apply Bleeding. We could also do Cleave, which applies mortal wounds to targets with bleeding, but of course nobody's bleeding, and applies Bone Pour on a critical hit. And also Execute, which deals 4 damage, applies Blind, 60% chance, and deals extra 3 damage if the target has less than 50% health, which is quite useful for, when they're below half health. So let's do a normal chop for now. Chop! And he's bleeding, which is nice. And as you can see, he completely skipped his turn. Now he's buffing himself and attacking us. Ouch. Now we're bleeding for 1 damage every turn for 3 turns, and it reduced the effectiveness of any healing received by 50%, which is not very nice. Now what I'm going to do now is move my cleric next to them. Maybe apply fear? No, should I do that? No. We're going to do regeneration on our warrior. There we go. Unfortunately, when I was playing myself, which we don't have now, she got a random skill that allowed her to have a chance to remove a debuff every time she used a regeneration on someone, which is pretty awesome. As you can probably hear the music in the background. It's pretty epic at times as well. So, Wave of Light it's going to be. We could also do the Holy Nova, which will heal our warrior for 2 and deal 3 damage to this guy. But I'm going to just do Wave of Light, which deals 3 damage and applies Agony. Well, has a chance to apply Agony to both of them here, because it does an AoE effect like that. So let's do that. Nice, there we go. Now it's our warrior's turn, which is still bleeding, but that's fine. I'm going to skip the movement phase because I don't really want to move anywhere. I'm going to do Vigor, which will also remove 2 debuffs from us. So there we go, that's quite nice. And now we will use the Execute on this guy to finish him off. Bang! 7. Nice. Now he's going to attack our... No? Ouch! That was not very nice. Let's do a Faithful Pull. Now, it's very important that you try to heal up as much as possible before the end of the combat, because, you know, in combat, it's free to heal as long as you have your cooldowns ready. Out of combat, you have to spend food to heal. So I'm going to do the Faithful Pull, which would otherwise pull my warrior to her, but, of course, because he's already next to her, that's not a thing. It's got a weakness. Halves the damage output. Wow, that's not bad. No, that's not good. I'm going to dispel that on him. Now, unfortunately, usually when you only have 1 enemy remaining, they go into an enraged mode, which doubles the speed, increases damage taken by 50%, and it cannot be dispelled. And they're immune to crippled, immobilization, pretty much a lot of the things that you would otherwise want to use. So, let's use... Yeah, let's do this, so we can heal, and we can damage him. Unfortunately, he's not below 50% health, so I can't use the Execution. Anyway, it's on cooldown, so never mind. We'll do, oh no, see, Disarm and Immobilization will not work on him at the moment, because he's enraged. So, I think Vulnerable will not... Yes, that will work. Bang! Also, one more thing, there is no friendly fire in the game, so if you have AoE abilities or anything like that, don't worry about your characters, they will not be affected, which is quite refreshing in a way, you know, you don't have to worry about it or say, oh bloody hell, that would be so awesome to use, but I would damage my own warrior or blah 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 in the way. So, unfortunately, this guy is not going to quite die yet. I'm going to use a normal chop. Damn, yeah, he's gonna do more damage now. What are you doing? Ow. Well, 4 damage is not too bad. Let's skip the movement phase for now. Let's do a Numbing Light. Heal up. And deal damage, which will kill him. There we go. And that was it. You defeat the lame guards. Now we get 5 frags, 4 food, quite a lot actually, and Aurelian gained Unyielding. So you have a chance that your characters will gain random skills. Now this means that it applies protection and crippled to self when his health drops below 30% health. Well, yes, when his health drops below 30% health. Has a 5-turn cooldown, not too bad. Even the deadliest blow couldn't suffice to take down this character. So that's quite nice. But wait, applies protection and crippled to self? Okay, just leave. The light is fading. No, it's not. You're not even that hurt. So anyway, what we can do now is either feed a character and restore 2 HP for 1 food, which is not much, or have a feast and restore 8 HP for 4 food. So I'm obviously going to do that. Now, the game is very good at not wasting your food. Don't be afraid to click the feast. I was afraid to at first, but then I saw that every time it never wasted food by overhealing. So as you can see, it didn't heal her completely because it would be wasting food if I did that. So that's quite nice. There's a pirate ship over there chasing an adventure ship. Let's go to the Hollows over here. Or maybe the Forsaken. What are they doing? Repairing the ship. Yeah, the Vorn are moving out. Oh, it's that witch again. As you step out of your ship, a witch welcomes you. Welcome, sailors, welcome. Would you like to have a taste of my fresh gathered herb? What herb? Juana! Its name is Juana. I'm not very sure of its effects, and this is a paid job. No frauds, except to taste the herb. Huh. You feel like vomiting as you close your eyes. Blue potion or the red potion? Red potion! You feel like vomiting. Follow the white dwarf. So this is an obvious Matrix, you know, nod to the Matrix. Why would I follow a white dwarf? Free your mind. Did you just jump? You open your eyes, the witch looks at you and takes notes as you tell her about your experience. Very interesting. Oh, that was so weird. Farewell. Well, we got 2 frag. I actually encountered this quest on my own playthrough, and it was a fight of some sort, which was quite interesting. So yeah, without me, you know, playing through the entire bloody game for you for this preview, this is what you do in game. I have to say, turn-based combat is a lot of fun, even though it can be quite unforgiving. There's a lot of the times when you will be, you know, quite outnumbered, enemies will be everywhere. You have to be very careful with your decisions, even though you have very limited skill sets. But you can also recruit other people to help you and then promptly die. Every time I've recruited someone, they've died within, you know, 5 quests for some reason. I couldn't keep them alive. And you can also increase your skills. You can train up your characters by finding their appropriate ships, and so on and so forth. And of course, you gain reputation. You buy stuff with runes and with dust, and it's just a really fun game. If you love turn-based games and roguelike games, this is awesome. Now, what has happened over there? Sometimes when they fight, they will drop these little crates, which you can then pick up. But yeah, you have to be careful, especially in the Vorn-controlled areas, because as you can see, the Vorn have destroyed that settlement and that one as well, and sooner or later, well, sooner rather than later, there will be a lot of Vorn over here, a lot of Vorn ships just attacking everything, and if you get closer, it will be very dangerous. And now the Vorn are actually closing in, and they're chasing us. So you can either run or you can fight them, but fighting them, you know, without very powerful characters is not usually what you want, because they are quite powerful indeed and annoying. So, oh great, he's already feared our warrior over there, but let's try to fight them anyway. So yeah, here, there you go, enjoy. As you can see, they do have, well, they don't have that much health, but still, they are annoying enemies, because they have these abilities, lots of ranged attacks and such. But let me do this, and then heal, and then tag that guy. But yeah, lots of fun, this little game. It's still in early access on Steam. I will put all the descriptions down below so you can check them out. And yeah, I do quite recommend it. It's a lot of fun. As I said, I like these kinds of games a lot, and this one did not disappoint at all. The only downside might be sometimes it feels... Ow! Sometimes it feels like... you know, the descriptions, the English descriptions aren't quite what they should be. And maybe the graphics. I like the graphics myself. I'm not a huge fan of graphics like this, but they're, you know, they're nicely drawn, they're fun, and yeah, I mean, I don't think they should really be a detrimental effect on everything. You should still enjoy this game quite a bit. So we gotta kill these bloody Vorn. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully you've enjoyed the preview, and I'll see you in the next preview. MetalCanyon out.